What is everyone? Welcome to the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the stuff in the news that excites us, and we answer questions from you, the people. Since I always go first, and I don't have news this week, why don't you guys call it heads or tails?
Josh.
Heads.
It's tails. Tom.
I picked Josh.
Well, it was his birthday, so I'll give it to him.
Well, no, because that's what happens, right? I won the coin toss. So
Not how that works, but go for it.
That's how it works.
That's not how that works. But yeah, Josh, you go ahead.
I'll go first because it's more exciting for us as a company, as a show. We are no longer an award-nominated podcast. We are now an award-winning podcast. This past weekend, the end of the week, we won the entertainment category of the People's Choice Podcast Awards, which is pretty dope. Very, very excited. We have been nominated for 3 years and finally won. So super excited. The trophies look dope. We probably won't receive ours for a couple of months, but they look dope. And I'm excited to have it. Is that our trophy? For those watching the video, it is a Gandalf Funko.
I'm only missing Merry and Pippin, and then I'll have the whole fellowship.
Nice.
3 years, baby.
3
years nominated, walking away with just the same hands. And now we get to walk away with digital hands that we wanted.
Here's what I will say is make sure you go to podcastawards.com and check out all of the nominees and winners. There are a lot of great podcasts on those lists, including our friends Carcerum. They were nominated in the fiction category, but a dope show that everybody should check out.
A lot of good folks.
A lot of good podcasts.
Talented folks in that show too.
I mean, they also did win the best podcast award at a Oscar in an Oscar qualifying film festival called Holly Short. So
yes, they have won.
They're doing all right. They're doing
many awards.
They got Maurice LaMarche, Cameron Crowe is in it, Rob Paulson, Jane Lynch. It's a great cast. It'll be a lot of fun.
It's
but we won, so
yeah. But that is my news. Quick and to the point. You, Tom, your turn.
Okay,
birthday man.
I thought you might have the 2 news, but you have the 1 news. I have kind of a 2 news. First things first. At the time of this recording on Monday, the IATSE union, if you are unfamiliar with it, is pretty much the biggest union in the film industry, where everyone's in it. And the reason why it's the biggest is because it comprises the most amount of local unions, which are the gaffers, grips, the set dressers, the decorators, the art departments, all the people that make everything happen. So not the DGA, PGA, WGA, the Teamsters, they all still make things happen. But this is the biggest quantity of people. Ended their voting period on the past Sunday, and had a resounding 98.6% in favor to strike. Now, to explain a little bit of this for people who may not understand, obviously unions are created and brought together to help the people who are working for different companies and workplaces so that they can formalize like a united front, so that they can stand together and kind of make sure that they don't get taken advantage of. And so IATSE members all voted this last Sunday to authorize a strike. And so that was the most recent kind of voting thing, was like, do we have the numbers and majority to say, yes, we are willing to strike and not work, causing all the things that you love from TV, films, music videos, all those things, all the pieces of entertainment that you watch, to not be continuing production. And the weird, interesting thing with this, and some people might be thinking about, it's like, so maybe non-union people like myself and other people that they may know may have a chance to, rise to the top while all these union people are working. Not necessarily, because if everyone leaves, then the entire studio has nothing really to do with. And so their main kind of fights or negotiations are with the AMPTP, which the American Motion Picture Television Production Heads kind of people. If they fail to reach a negotiation in the soon coming days, they will strike. And this is like the most notable strike they would have had in almost over 100 years. I think, quote unquote, there was a strike during like World War I or II. But yeah, it's like much more worse than like a writer's strike in terms of if you're feeling like, oh my God, what am I going to lose? Like nothing will be done.
If you watch, I mean, for those at home, if you're watching a behind the scenes of any movie and you see all those people that are in the background doing those things, those people more often than not are a part of IATSE, and they represent I mean, even me, if I were a production mixer, I would be in IATSE, you know, those kinds of things. Like every job, most of the jobs there are IATSE, and they're really important. Super important.
I would say it like this. All of the names that you wait to go by so you can see your mid-credit scene or your post-credit scene, all those people.
Yeah.
All those people. Not the people with the title cards, but all the other people. But the thing is, to kind of give some more understanding and groundingness of what this is, actors, directors, producers, showrunners are all voice their support for this. Yeah. Even though sometimes they're the reason why, you know, when actors don't show up on set on time, causing the set to run late, when producers ask for people to work full 12-hour days when they've already worked 8 hours and got all the shots they needed. Things like that. When directors decide to change things up because, you know, oh, they want to be creative and put some spontaneity into it. When writers want to change things up because they want to move a different location. Like, those are the things that cause it. So as much as wonderful it is to have people who are supportive of it, just understand everyone plays a part in it regardless. So that's one bit of news. The authorization to strike was at a resounding majority yes. So we'll find out. More than likely, if there is a strike, or when it strikes, it won't be for more than like a month, because at that point, every studio is going to just die. Every studio will just die. My second bit of news I want to talk about, which also was like a big bombshell that dropped today at the time of everyone's listening to this. You remember that on Monday, all of Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp like just turned off, didn't work. Now, I want to talk a little bit about like the scope of it all, because this happened kind of abruptly overnight, and then people couldn't log into their stuff. Everyone made a big joke about it using Twitter, X, Y, and Z. This all happened as well as 60 Minutes, Frances Haugen on her time with it, came forward as a whistleblower talking about how the ethical conduct of Facebook is pretty much unethical. Every conflict of interest moment happened of like, is it good for the public or is it good for Facebook? Facebook wins every time. I would recommend everyone to go watch it, go read upon it. But really, I wanted to draw more attention to the fact that WhatsApp was highly affected by it. And Facebook isn't all around the world all the time. And some countries decide to use other apps like WhatsApp. And so the fact that if Facebook fails, then WhatsApp affects other places like South America, which uses that literally as their actual messenger apps. Like they don't use iPhone Messenger, they use WhatsApp.
When I worked at the Genius Bar, many of the people that I helped were from other countries, and the only communication that they had was WhatsApp.
Yeah, and so just thinking like as Americans, it is our privilege that we're like, okay, cool, our social media is down, that's fine. It wasn't our way to actually communicate. It wasn't that text messages were turned off. And so that's the really sad, upsetting thing. And it's also upsetting that WhatsApp was purchased by Facebook. So it was this independent company that was their own success, and then Facebook bought it. And now, because they own it, at their failure, at Facebook's own failure, now caused like several hours of disarray for another country, another continent. So it's just kind of realizing the scope and the impact of what is at play. Just always know that like it's never localized into like, you know, just our own perspectives. There's always going to be people on the outside. So it's it was wild. But that's all the news I got.
I made a joke, Tom.
Oh, well.
What are you going to do?
I mean, to me, I was like, oh, I'm glad if Facebook died. Like, to me, I was like, if Facebook could just die, that'd be great.
That was my joke. I was like, I did the genie. I'm free.
Yeah, which is great for us in America. And I was just like, oh my God, this is terrible. And that's the thing where it's like, this is why companies shouldn't just be allowed to buy companies. You know, like they're buying out their competition. And like that was it. They saw their competition of WhatsApp. They're like, oh, they're reaching a global market faster than we are. We're not going to stand for it. We're going to buy them out. And I mean, like, there's always going to be coming back to antitrust laws and how that works out. And, everyone's always going to be looking at Disney Fox mergers. So it's like things like that, Facebook, WhatsApp, like how much are we letting these companies get away with so much? And then when they ultimately fail, they cause the jobs and lives of thousands and thousands of people. Like that's the whole IATSE thing, right? Like these studios decide to be like, oh, we're dumb tech giants. We don't know what the industry is. It's like, you know exactly what the industry is. And you chose not to be different.
Yeah.
So it's a wild time. What do I know? I'm some little guy in LA.
What do you know, Tom?
No, nothing. I know nothing.
All right.
Josh?
Yes, that has been the news. The next part of our show, the last half of our show, is in which we answer questions from you, the audience. And you can submit your questions in a number of ways. And if you go to nerdon.tv/questions, you can find all of those ways. Some of those ways include sending an email or joining our Discord, nerdon.tv/Discord. There are a number of channels in there that you can submit questions to, or you can join the Nerd On Nation. And not only do you support us in upgrading and making our content more and even better, you also get what we call the Nerd On Nudge, where we answer your questions first.
Damn right.
And there are channels for you in the Discord that are private that you can submit your questions there. But you can submit questions like Jeremy M. asks, if you could be a special bender, but of anything that is not commonly considered an extension of the main four, what would it be? Examples: macaroni and cheese bender, cloud bender, fender bender, etc. Jeremy M. coming in.
Do you ever feel like you just don't know the rules of the game?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about this right now.
Well, there are no rules.
Yeah. So
the rules are there are no rules.
Well, it's like fender bender felt like there was a rule, and then cheese bender, I was like, okay.
Macaroni and cheese bender.
Yeah, and I'm like, is this to have like a good name to bender? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm like. What is this?
I think it's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
There are no rules here, Tom. You could be anything bender. Podcast bender. I don't know what that would entail.
What are your guys' answers?
I think it would be cool to be like a not necessarily a airbender, but like a heat bender. So like when it gets to be like 110 degrees outside, I could still go on a walk and like push the heat away from me. Create a bubble that's a nice 74 degrees, you know?
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'll say that. I'll say a heat bender. But then opposite too, right? If it's cold, if it's too cold, I can pull the heat towards myself.
Yeah. I think the thing that first came to my mind was like a Lego bender. That you could just like, you could create anything. You could bend Legos and do whatever you wanted and create anything with Legos. Something like that. Something construction oriented would be amazing. Fix that.
Can I be bending Rodriguez?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys. That's why I said I need to know the rules. If not, then I'm going to break it.
I felt like the rules were pretty simple. That you bend something, but not become a cartoon character was not.
What have we learned about Tom? He can make anything complicated.
Bender.
No, I understand.
Literally bender.
But the question was, so you want to be able to bend bars?
Yeah, I could bend.
Because you can't become a cartoon character.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Bender, then I could bend anything. That's his whole point, is that he could bend more than just steel girders.
Yeah.
But his arms might fall off, you know?
I see. Yeah.
You might want to jack on while he's on the ship.
That first episode when he picks up his own arms and puts them back on, and Fry's like, I don't know how you did that. It's one of my favorite moments in the series.
Yeah.
Next question, I suppose.
Breaking questions all the time.
Next question comes from Mamba. What's your favorite candy that you got on Halloween?
Reese's. I would trade my other candy away for Reese's. And I had like an exchange. Like my sister would give me all of her Reese's, like just flat out.
Mm-hmm.
And I would give her all of the stuff that like I didn't like that she did. So like she was into Good and Plenty. I wasn't. I'm not like a Good and Plenty guy. I didn't like chocolate bars. So like just a regular, those little mini Hershey's chocolate or the Hershey's chocolate with the Crispies in it. She got all of those and I got all of her Reese's.
Sounds like a pretty sweet deal for everybody.
System.
Yeah.
It was a good system. Yeah. We all got what we wanted.
So are you saying that you did Catan before Catan was a thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's all bartering.
Yeah. No thieves. Josh, you or me?
You.
Best candy, Halloween. I mean, my favorite. I went last time. Like again, for those who may not know, I stopped trick or treating at a very young age because my parents were like, "That's kid shit," and I think when I stopped, my favorite candy at the time was probably Smarties. I really enjoyed Smarties, not because of like, ooh, they're packed with flavor, but like, there was a lot of them. They were small. You could put them in your pocket. They won't melt, and you could just like take one and then enjoy that for like a few minutes.
They are a fine balance between sweet and sour. Also, like they still hit that like tangy part of your tongue that like makes you salivate because of the sour, but they're also just sugar. So,
yeah. So that one's mine, and also my sister really liked it a lot. So again, older sister influencing the younger brother. So, Josh,
I used to be really into Twix, and I felt like they were super rare when I was a kid. I don't know why, but you didn't see them all that often. So I remember but not just like Twix, like a single wrap, like a king size Twix that has like 4 massive pieces in it. Twix
no, because no one hands those out on Halloween because you'd have to buy like
there was one house
worth.
There was one
yeah,
house
there's always the one
in my neighborhood that they always had the king size stuff. There's always that house.
I'm gonna let you in a little secret.
It's gonna be your house.
I bought king size candy for Halloween.
Coming to Corey's house for trick or treating.
So, AKA, are you saying that Josh and I are going to go Halloween trick or treating and then goes just to Corey's house?
Yeah,
the king size Twix.
You want I'll have a king size Twix waiting for you, Josh.
And then we'll just leave like $2 in the bucket and walk away.
You know what's super good is the peanut butter Twix, and they're in the red wrapper.
I'm sorry. What?
They're really, really good.
I've seen it. I've never been inclined to try it, so you'll have to.
I'll get it for you. Very good.
You'll have to show me what it's like
because I feel so uninitiated.
It's so good, and then like the crunchy cookie in it is actually like a chocolate cookie instead. So you get like a chocolate.
I love
with
peanut butter, and I love. Oh my god, I'm in.
A little bit of caramel. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
So which one's better, the left or the right?
Left.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I only said that because I'm left-handed.
I know.
So that's the one I grabbed first.
I'm very Harrison Ford with that. I'm just like, I don't care. Who shot first? It doesn't
Put it
matter.
in my mouth.
It doesn't matter. Pay me.
Yeah.
Yes. Next question.
Yeah. Next question comes from Dr. Wonka. Doctor didn't go to doctor school to be called Misty. Thank you very much. What is your favorite comic book character? And for a lack of better wording, what is your favorite skin or version for said character?
Wait, repeat that. I was focusing on the first part and I missed the second part.
Version. Favorite character, favorite version. Boom, boom.
Any character?
Favorite comic book character.
Comic book character.
Okay.
I'm going to go with something, a recent favorite. There's a comic book series called Something is Killing the Children. And
hell yeah.
Erica Slaughter is so dope. And anytime she's out in the world, like the version that I love, and I want this mask so bad, they wear a handkerchief with like fangs on the front, like white fangs on the front. It's so dope. It's so dope. But she kills monsters. And I'm all caught up, but it's so good. It's such a good series.
So what's your favorite version of that character?
I was saying thing anyway.
No,
I love not being listened to. It's cool.
I'm kidding.
The white fangs. I heard you.
I'm kidding.
I'm trying to think of mine, Tom. If you got one off the top.
I got. I mean, it's It's Batman.
Yeah,
and my favorite version. Batman Beyond.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Easy.
I mean, my favorite is Nightcrawler. And my favorite version is just like the classic.
Yeah.
It's not very interesting. Classic Nightcrawler. But if I wanted to go with like a dark horse choice, it's Gambit when he's one of the horsemen.
Oh,
I love that version of him with all the white, with the like solid white hair and stuff. Yeah.
Do you like the Channing Tatum version?
Okay. So next question.
Did you said that there's a Nightcrawler version with a beard, right?
There is. Yeah. I haven't personally read that comic yet, though, so I don't know if he's my favorite.
Okay.
But if I had to, my favorite Nightcrawler is like the 90s cartoon version, that like his style there with like the V outfit, the circus outfit.
Do you like the Thomas Middleditch version?
I do like the Thomas.
Just to elaborate a little bit on Batman and Beyond, Terry McGinnis. He is to me like my favorite Marvel hero is Spider-Man. And then now you've literally combined Batman and Spider-Man together with Terry McGinnis, who I'll say to this day, I'll say it to the top of my lungs, I'll say it every day, that I will write and direct a Batman Beyond, and that Terry McGinnis is going to be half Asian. I don't give a damn. And his girlfriend Dana Tan, who is Tran, I think Tran, who's Asian. I'm like, I'm in it for it. And also it's just like a futuristic cyberpunky Gotham, and you got Old Man Bruce, so it's like there is still that, so you still get to see the old ones. But Terry McGinnis as a character is like, he's like the best blend of Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Of like
did that version, Batman Beyond, did it exist in comics before Batman Beyond the series? Okay.
No.
But
Bruce
it has
Timm
gone on to have a life in comics, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the main thing where it's like Harley Quinn, right? Like created for a show for the studio to be like, we got to peddle more kids stuff, and then they're like, oh, this is a big hit. Oh, this is a big hit. We can't control this. Now everyone loves it, and I'm like, Batman. And also like I just love that like he's not the best fighter, he's not the smartest guy, so he doesn't have plot armor behind him at every fight. Like he's going to lose his fights, and he's going to need help from Bruce to come in with an old armor suit, or he's going to need to find like an old technology. Like, oh, I got to beat this person with like Mr. Freeze's gun. I'm like, that's like some RPG video game stuff right there. I'm like, that's really cool.
I mean, no spoiler alert for what is it now, 20 years?
Yeah.
Almost. How he beats Joker is pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not Braun. It's not, it's not even out thinking him. It's just a brilliant move. Anyway.
He's like, keep focused. He likes to talk. Power through. He's like, I like to talk.
I like to talk.
Oh my God. It's like,
and then I remember at him. Like, I don't know. It was crazy.
I remember when we did the episode on Batman animated series, I hadn't seen Batman Beyond, and I just remember Tom just, even when we first met, like just going on about, no, but what, just you wait. Just you wait for Beyond.
We'll do, these are my dream darling episodes that we'll do in the future is Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, and then also Return of the Joker. And Josh, you'll be like, these are the best Batman movies ever made.
I've seen the Phantasm. Mask of the Phantasm is anyway. We'll watch that. Josh, you were referring to, by the way, Nightcrawler in X-Men Red. If anyone is interested in what Josh talked about with the beard,
okay,
that's the suit.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I was going to go more traditional, it'd be Superman black suit.
Yeah,
with the mullet, right?
With the mullet. Oh, wait.
With the mullet.
Yes.
I was like, with mullet and beard, or like with black cape
beard,
Zack Snyder. So I was like, okay.
I would say mullet and beard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know you watched the Return of Joker. So okay. We can do the episode.
It was a slow process. I mean, I remember like, it was a slow process, just because it was like, oh no, I'll watch that later, and then finally I had some time, and I was like,
we talked about it a bit on the episode, but we could definitely cover it.
Yeah.
So Tom, you have the rest of the questions.
I do, and I got it from the chat. I hope everyone put in as many questions as they possibly could in the chat. We'll answer some questions from last week. I do want to mention something that just popped up in the chat from Zelda Moore. Still waiting for that Batman Beyond episode. We have one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have a Batman Beyond episode that covers all 3 seasons, and it definitely has more hosts than we have right now. So you should check that out. And then if you want to have some bonus stuff, I think if you listen to the Andrea Romano episode, we talk about that a little bit there.
You also interviewed a lot of the cast at Comic-Con a couple of years ago, so there are some videos on our YouTubes.
Yeah. So
episode 71.
There it is.
Nice.
So let's go for the first question from the chat. Dougler93, question: what is your favorite baby vegetable?
Baby carrots. Baby carrots are so good. Just walking around the house with a bag of baby carrots, easy. They're like still like sweet. They're a little sweet, but they're not totally. Anyway, baby carrots for sure.
Josh, you or me?
You go, because I'm thinking.
So in Thai cooking, there is I don't know what the actual dish is called, but baby corn is used a lot. I know there's not
baby corn.
Yeah. And that's the thing where it's like, and I've been so, I don't know what's going on with the process of which vegetables and all these other things are processed and made nowadays. And I remember this myth, and I don't know if it's real, that there's no such thing as baby corn because it's just other corn mashed up and then shaped into corns. Or if those are actually baby corns and then the husk or the whatever thing inside of it is actually small. But again, I don't know if it's real, but baby corn, and it is called baby corn. So that's my answer is baby corn.
Yeah, I was gonna go with baby corn.
There it is.
I just didn't. Is that a real thing? Like baby corn? Like, is it like actually baby corn?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
Baby corn is a cereal grain taken from corn maize, harvested early while its stalks are still small and immature.
There you go. So it's technically just a corn that they take real early.
It's a baby corn.
Yeah. And that's why, and that's where it's like kind of like meat, right? Like certain meats, you can eat their bones because
what other baby vegetables are there?
Baby broccolini, technically.
Baby vegetables. There's Vegetas.
There's cornichons.
Cornichons.
Which are little baby, like pickles, which is technically baby.
Sweet gherkins?
No, they're baby. What the fuck? Why can't I think? I only think of the word zucchini.
Cornichons.
What do you make a pickle out of?
Cornichons.
A cucumber?
Thank you. My brain was like zucchini, bro, and I was like, "That's not it.
That's not it,
It's
bro.
like I'm pretty sure it's zucchini."
Oh, there's
and then
baby
when you guys
spinach.
said cucumber, it was like, yeah, they're right.
There's baby spinach. Yeah.
Baby spinach, yeah. Baby spinach is real good.
Fun fact: if you don't know how to spell cornichons on Google, it won't show up. It won't show up with the result at all.
There's baby bok choy.
What do you mean? Bok choy. That's some. Next question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this might be a quick question, but also I want a little explanation because as someone that doesn't know this, I want to know the difference. Lukion asks, are you guys thinking of running a homebrew campaign or an adventure path module?
So homebrew campaign would mean like I wrote it from scratch, and adventure path module is like what we were doing.
Okay. So,
but I mean, obviously the DM still gets to make some changes however they want. Obviously the players are going to do what they want. So you kind of have to be ready to adapt and all that kind of stuff, but it's pretty much outlined.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that's the answer.
We do want to do this.
Yes, we do. I think we discussed this a couple of updates ago.
I have reached out to a couple of my DM friends who I trust inherently, and they're interested. So,
next question. We got to do a quick shout out. It's from Booze McBallrog in the chat.
Hey.
Hello. Well, hi. It's been such a long time. Thank you for getting me home all right. So Booze McBallrog asks, aka Caitlin, a host of the show, couldn't be here tonight, asks, what material do you wish all of your clothes were made of? All of my clothes.
Spandex. No, just kidding.
Cruelty-free cotton.
You know what?
No, pure diamond, so that I could sell it, and then fun nerd on for the rest of my life.
I'm in.
All the diamond I've sold.
I'm in.
All of my clothes, diamond, yeah, or gold, whichever one's worth more.
All of your clothes. All of your clothes.
All of my clothes.
That'd be a lot of diamond.
I like flannel. Flannel feels
just
nice.
Tommed the question.
I would want them to be made of elven mithril. So I can't die. I wouldn't get shot.
Food. Make it edible.
Someone in the chat said, be serious. Pure emerald would sell for way more.
True. I mean, I would say, to be for real, if I'm being like realistically what it could be made of, and I have to wear it, the same material that yoga pants are made of, because everyone just looks good in that, and it's like also even if you don't got a nice booty, it still looks good. And you're like, damn, yoga pants be lying sometimes, though,
Yeah. If I had to pick when I had to wear, and I'm not trying to break the question like Tom, I would say it would be cotton. I love cotton. Anything cotton, I'm like, I'm in for it. It's breathable, baby.
I hate to say this because I know like there's some issues with them and their employees and stuff like that, or just like also with the rights of their artwork. Whatever the heck American Apparel makes their clothes out of, because that is always so comfortable. Oh my god!
I have like I own. You guys see me wear white t-shirts a lot. I own like 15 just Hanes cotton white t-shirts, and I fucking love them.
Did you?
I was just gonna say I there's that like t-shirt company Pair of Thieves. They're you know, my uniform, which is just like a black shirt and jeans, like their black shirts are so comfortable, and I think it's just a nice cotton. And it feels
I'm very
so
glad.
Good.
I'm very glad you're in your season 4 uniform now, Josh. Your season 3 uniform was the black and the red, the maroon pants.
Yeah.
And then we were all doing the maroon pants for a little bit.
Yeah. And then I was only wearing like sweatpant type things.
Yep.
That's going to be our thing now. So every year of Nerd On is a season of our anime show. Our outfits change just a little bit when we develop new fighting styles. I did want to say, I don't know, Corey, did you see the whole Snyder cut with the V-necks, with the Hanes?
No.
Yeah, because you said you had Hanes. I was like, for a second, Hanes literally donated like 20,000 V-neck shirts and called them here to the Snyder cuts to like homeless shelters. And I was like, because there was so much hype for it. They're like, nice. If we can get 20,000 likes, blah, blah, we'll donate these and call them Snyder cuts. And we're like, and then
there you go.
That's dope.
That was pretty cool.
That is dope.
Next question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this one is Ethan Who. If you could pick any non-Marvel / DC comic series to be adapted into a movie or TV series, which would you choose? Non-Marvel DC comic series. Which would you choose? Would it be animated?
Movie or TV?
Movie or TV series. Would it be animated, live action? Personally, I'm in favor for Radiant Black animated show. You know what, Ethan?
Yes.
Radiant Black, Kyle Higgins is someone I know and worked with, but he never returns my calls, baby. If you ever want to look him up, look up Shadow Hours, and I worked on that film with him. So for him, I worked for him. I was employed by him. But yeah, Ethan, yeah.
I have two answers. One for if it were a TV show and one for if it were a movie. If it were a movie, Mantle.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay.
The Mantle.
Yes.
Straight out the gates.
Okay.
I've reread that since Tom introduced it to me. I've reread it and suggested it to so many people. I was even just doing a engineering gig the other day, and both the coordinator and director were talking about comic books. And I was like, well, if you like DC. And I suggested, they both came back the next way and they were like, that was fucking great. That was a great comic. And I was like, my buddy Tom told me about it. So that would be my movie. And then I would love like an HBO funded Hellboy series where they, like a weekly series where they go out and they, like the agency goes out and takes something on.
BPRD.
With the overarching villain, right, through the whole season, but we get our introduction to the BPRD, which would be like really cool.
That'd be really, really cool. And it'd be cool to have like sometimes like very alone missions where he's like dealing with some stuff, but he's by himself and he may like be failing for half of it and he has to just overcome it. Josh?
I think Something is Killing the Children is being adapted to like a TV show. So my answer would either be, I think Birthright would be a good movie series. Basically a kid gets sucked into a fantasy world and then 20 years goes by in real world and only a year goes by in real world, but for him it's been like 30 years and he pops out like this man who's like this giant warrior and his family's like, you've been missing and you were a kid a year. It would be a really cool movie series. Or American Vampire would be a great TV series. Yeah, those would be dope.
So everyone's giving 2. I'm going to now do 2.
I just did it because I had a movie. One, I don't think I need another Hellboy movie this soon.
Oh, dang it. Dang it! Oh man, it's a DC product, so I can't do it. Oh my god, is the other one a DC one too? Oh no, please tell me.
What was it?
Oh no.
It was going to be
Fables. You didn't say Spawn, by the way. Fables?
It was going to be Fables. It's a DC Vertigo, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, but it's not like DC main.
Yeah. Like
I mean,
Superman, Batman.
They
like
they literally just got like rolled into like
I almost
DC
said
Black
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they're technically.
I didn't say Spawn because it was already being. It's already been
adapted.
like adapted once
True.
and then doing again. So I was like, that's.
So I'll rely on my interest. This one, and this is because of Josh. Witches.
Oh,
Witches
yes.
by Scott Snyder.
Scott Snyder.
And it's never mind. I just opened the wiki, and apparently Plan B Entertainment has the rights to it. So thanks, Brad Pitt.
I was just looking. I was just looking through
That's
my library, and I'm like, wow, so many things have been adapted. What would Monstrous be best as? Like a TV series?
I think so. So Fables for me was gonna be a TV series, like a long form, like a Supernatural 22 episode season. And I think because you could just have so many characters, and I would love like everyone. It's like, oh, imagine like if someone traveled through the world of the fairy tales. You're like Once Upon a Time. It's like no, those are Disney versions of them. How about the actual versions of them? That's like sad and terrible.
I think Fables is a good answer. I think it still counts, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's a good answer, Tom.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's technically Vertigo, right?
Yeah,
It's Vertigo's umbrella.
I just want to make sure, I was like, it's not a Marvel DC, but so Witches, and we talked about on that Witches episode as a film by definitely Blumhouse with like, either Jordan Peele or, you could even have now Mike Flanagan, who's like on top of the world right now. We could have James Wan or, Guillermo doing it. So, next question.
Next question.
All right, this one from Black Diablo Mamba. Question: who is getting Back for Blood, and will it be Josh?
I think we're all getting it, right?
Yeah, we're all
getting it. We're all planning on playing it together.
Yeah, there will be some streams of it. I got the early access.
Josh is getting it first.
Yeah, I got the early access, so I will be streaming at some point this week when I get it. But yeah, we've already planned on like, we're going to play that together as a team. It's going to be fun.
Send the check, Turtle Rock. We're promoting the game already. But no, yeah, I was excited. So this is so funny. We have like literally the different tiers. Like Josh has the Omega Zack Snyder cut. I have the remaster, Wachowski cut.
Oh no!
And then Josh, and then Corey has theatrical. So
it's because it's free. It's legitimate.
Like managing a budget. I'm only having a child, Tom. Jeez.
There's nothing wrong. You could like the theatrical version. That's fine.
I was all ready to pre-order it, to be fair, but then they were like, day one Game Pass, and I went, oh,
also
really cool.
Also, to be fair, you played it with Josh way before I ever played it. So the first time I played, I was like, okay, cool. And now I'll pay the $89 for it. Like,
actually, Corey and I didn't get to play together during the betas.
We didn't.
Wow.
Our schedules did not line up.
Wow.
We both streamed it.
Yeah, might be different.
With
but you guys
schedules. Did play it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have different schedules now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah. Last question. So, this one is from last week that T-Dog8282 sent me, and I didn't check my messages and I missed it. So now it's the last question of the episode. Please continue to send questions to us. T-Dog8282 asks, who wins in a fight? Super Saiyan 1 Goku or Snyder vs. Superman? Have a great stream. I'm sad I won't see it live. I mean, okay, this is...
Is it magic? Is the
Goku has no magic?
Goku has just energy, right?
Super Saiyan 1. No, he can't live out of space. Superman can live in space.
I'm just saying. I know Superman's weakness is magic.
Yeah,
I only have reference point for half of that equation. So,
I mean, Goku is a martial arts alien boy, but still needs oxygen, and so he can fly. He's got super strength. He probably knows more martial arts than Superman does. But you saw Superman taking punches. You saw him going against Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Aquaman, and the Flash, and you're like, oh my god. And
OP.
And Goku at that point, if he's Super Saiyan 1, he could barely fly around the planet that fast. where like Superman's like, I'm gonna go out to orbit, I'm gonna come out. I'm like, all right, well, there you go.
BRB.
What if the full moon was out? Oh, so Josh, a little spoiler. When the full moon is out, but Goku Super Saiyan 1 doesn't have his tail out. He doesn't have a tail anymore. Saiyans, alien race people, have tails, little monkey tails. And then when the full moon is out and they see it, they turn to a giant gray ape like a King Kong. And even though you know what Kamehameha is, they can do that out of their mouths and out of their hands.
And out of their butts.
That's called a poop.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Royal blooded.
That's crap, man. Yeah, Superman. Superman all day.
It sounds like, based on what I know, Superman.
That's why I asked that question up front. That was my only caveat. I was like, is it magic?
No, he's not magic. He's alien. He's
It's
sci-fi.
spirit energy, right? So it's
No. It's powers. It's the abilities of them. It's harnessing their inner energy.
yeah.
Just kind of like how.
So there you go.
Just kind of like how we mine energy in other places. Can shoot beams from their mouths, Napidated in the base forms. All Saiyans. Oh yeah, that's true. All Saiyans can shoot beams from their mouths. Yeah, that's the only thing I could think about.
Good questions, y'all.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well, that was
Superman.
it. Superman. That was this week's update. Thank you so much for listening. If you are listening on your favorite podcast app, let us know what that app is. And if there is another app you would like us on, let us know. We'll get on there because we're pretty much everywhere. And people still reach out to us of like, hey, can you get on that? I'll submit. If you're watching on YouTube or if you're joining us live on Twitch on Mondays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. If you are new to us, check out our website, nerdon.tv. It has all of the information, all of the links, all of our podcast episodes. There's hundreds of episodes up there, so go watch them. Stop by, rate and review. That kind of stuff really is important. That is why we bring it up every single time. It is how we grow. It's super, super important. So,
And show.
Yes, exactly. Share it with your friends, your family. Consider joining the Nerd On Nation. I mentioned before, it does allow us to grow. It does allow us to upgrade our content. That's why we have great visuals and sound and all that kind of stuff. And it's a dope community to be a part of. Check out that Discord.
That's right.
nerdon.tv/Discord. And that is the housekeeping. There isn't any more. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Take care of yourselves. You know the drill. As always, Nerd on.
Nerd on.